Now on Bloomberg Intelligence, Munis in Focus.
All right, today's Focus on Munis is brought to you by BAM Mutual. Put America's strength to work in your portfolio with BAM insured municipal bonds. Protect your investments with an added layer of security and guaranteed income. Invest with strength. Build a stronger tomorrow with BAM Mutual. So there you go, our good friends at BAM. Let's talk munis because it's Friday. We can do that with Nisha Patel, SMA Fixed Income Portfolio Manager at Parametric. Nisha, thanks so much for joining us here. One of the themes I hear from your market, the municipal market, is you got a lot of supply out there. I mean, 24 was a record year for issuance, 25, another record year. What's 26 look like?
Yes, great to be here, Paul. So you're right. I think the biggest theme here in the muni market right now is technicals, and supply continues to dominate. So we're looking at, roughly 250 billion so far year to date. To put that into perspective, that is higher than where we were last year in 2025. So, a lot of this is just due to pent-up demand, right? Infrastructure needs, financing needs that municipalities have. The reality is that the economy has been pretty resilient. So you're seeing that flow through strong tax collection, strong balance sheets to municipalities, and that further reinforces, right, the kind of confidence and the ability to then finance these projects. The biggest takeaway I would say that has been a positive this year is that we're also seeing the demand side also keeping up pace and actually very strong relative to where we were last year. And that has really helped absorb a lot of the supply so far this year.
Nisha, any concerns at all about supply indigestion, or as you say, is the demand strong enough to offset any of that?
No, I think that's a great question. So, so far we've seen inflows into municipal bond market being very supportive. And, if you think about it, it's for really a key reason of, as yields were elevated in the municipal bond market, especially as the war broke out, Treasury volatility, right? There was a incredible and compelling opportunity, especially for high tax bracket individuals. So we have seen strong inflows. I think the expectation is as we head into these summer months, typically June and July, do come with fairly heavy reinvestment flows into the market. So what that means is a lot of the maturities, coupon payments are structured. And given where we have yields, especially in the longer end of the curve, again, compelling opportunity remains. We're expecting these inflows to continue. But, I think that's a great question. Key question here, Christine, is do we continue to see inflows? Obviously, today's uptick in Treasury yields provides, kind of creates another element of volatility in terms of rates. But I think if we see rates, absolute yields staying fairly attractive, the reality is that tax rates are not going down, right, for the high tax earners. In fact, we could be seeing the trend in the opposite direction. I think absolute yields here continue to be compelling. So hopefully we see that momentum from the demand side continue and at least be supportive in light of the supply.
Well, in my municipal portfolio of New Jersey stuff, it's laddered via on the maturity side. Where in the curve do you feel most comfortable with your clients?
Yes, that's a great question. So I think a lot of the pressure that we've seen over the past year has been particularly in the longer end of the curve, which makes sense, right? Many of the municipal bond investors are retail individuals. And I would say a year ago, there was definitely a little bit of resistance of extending out the curve. So if you look at the muni curve today, out in the long end, particularly, we're looking at, a fairly steep municipal bond curve, especially relative to treasuries. So, Paul, I would say there is an opportunity to extend. I think you want to selectively extend out into the longer end of the curve because you are able to pick up tax equivalent yields here north of 7%. And in a state like New Jersey, Paul, it could be north of 8%, which is fairly compelling on a risk reward basis.
That's right. That's when I call up the governor. Picks up on the first ring. I'm the largest private creditor.
There you go. Yes.
That's because New Jersey has the highest property tax rates in the nation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nisha, thank you so much.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Nisha
Thank
Patel,
you.
SMA Fixed Income Portfolio Manager for Parametric here.
America is built with perseverance, resilience, and determination. And you can put that strength to work in your portfolio with BAM Mutual Insured Bonds. BAM protects municipal bond investments that finance the backbone of our country. you'll invest with the confidence of an added layer of security and guaranteed income you can count on. Invest with strength. Build a stronger tomorrow with BAM Insured Bonds.